as many would know, Mum died at the age of 57 after being diagnosed with cancer in around the liver and into the spine. Mum was in South General for quite some time with different diagnoses. She was quite ill. They diagnosed her with pleurisy, diagnosed her with different things until they came to the stage there that they had the cancer itself. So with that then, Mum was up and down to the hospital, severe pains in the back and all that, and found out they had cancer. And with that then, I must say the palliative care team up there, under the nurses, were superb, and same with the home care team that came out to her, to just give her guidance, have a chat with her to see how she's going. At times she had to use a wheelchair to go up and down the hill and all that, because she just wasn't able for walking. For a woman who was now I wouldn't say she was very fit, but in saying that, she was well able to walk and all that, and up to dancing and everything and all that. So Mum just passed away on the 10th of November 2017 after spending about 6 to 8 weeks in St. Bridget's in Carrick, because she was coming to the end of her life. And
right. And was she aware of that, Thomas?
She was aware of it. Yeah. She was aware of it.
And how did she deal with that?
She dealt with it quite good, friend. But at the same time, for a person who was so much lively in her life, it didn't want to end. But at the same time, she wanted to be reunited with Dad.
Yeah.
Because at the time, my dad had passed away since May of 2014. And you know yourself, when you lose loved one like that, you lost the love of your life. I know you have kids and all that, but when you lose the love of your life, a little bit of your soul leaves with it.
So that gave her some solace, I suppose, the fact that she would see your dad again.
Yeah. And like we always said that, Mum, Dad'll be there. We know Dad is with you and all that, in both spirit and in mind. But she said it's not the same as being with him.
Indeed.
Hand in hand. She goes, and that's the way she put it.
So you were sharing the house with your mum then?
I moved back home in 2016 because I was renting an apartment with a friend of mine. But of course, you know yourself, things change, life changes, people move on. And my good friend for many, many years, she decided to move to Australia. So I said to Mum, I'll get my own place. And I said, come home for a while. She goes, plenty of bit of time for me, should it be a little bit of money, but a little bit of way to save up money and all that. I said, yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
So when I was at home then, Mum, it started then about Mum having the cancer and all that, then up and down to the hospital. I was only a few months into a new job, which I'm still at, and with that, so I started missing days out of work because I was getting called up to the hospital too, a lot more. Mum was going with pains and all that. So, like, I have other siblings. Don't get me wrong; they were fantastic at the time. They done more than I did because I was working and all that. And with that, then I was the person that was there with Mum at the time when she needed to go to the hospital. All right, we called out the others, like they flew out, but they had their own families and all that. I'm single, so in regards to that, like, I wasn't caring for my mum because I wasn't down as a carer, because my mum wouldn't allow it, because my mum was so independent that I said, Mum, we can get Kieran and all that for you. No way. She objected because she said, I don't need care. She said, I'll get through this shit and I'll come over and all that. Because the way my mum looked at it was, and for a person who had done auxiliary nursing for years, I knew shit. Thomas, I don't need to be looked after. I'm very independent. I can go up and down. Once I have someone there to have a chat with and all that, and be there and go to see Dominic, because she's a great fan of Dominic Kearns to us. I'll be all right. So I said, that's no problem. I said, no, that's no problem. So things went on. Things got worse. Cancer gave in, and with that, then her last few days were spent in St. Bridget's in Carrick.
So it was a council house, your mum?
It was a council house, and my mother had that house for 30 odd years.
Did she indeed?
We moved over there in 30 odd years. It was about 30 years prior to that. We lived in the wilderness for a few years, and I think I was in second infants. We moved over, and at the same time, it was moving up to the same road as she grew up on, because my mum grew up in Clarkville,
right?
And her own mother was there, her own two aunts were out there, and we had cousins around the place.
All in the one area.
All friends, don't mind said one area, all within 10 houses of each other. So you could even say 8. I were 27, my grandmother was 35.
The natural thing you think is, okay, your mum passed away, you're in the house, it's a council house, stay paying the rent, everything will be fine. That wasn't the case.
No, and that wasn't the case.
What happened?
So I went down, met him where the house thing, and said, we want the house back. I goes, hold on now, lads, it's going to Christmas. So I'm still grieving.
They wanted the house back?
They wanted the house back, yeah.
Right. So now you went down with a view to...
So doing succession of tenancy.
Right. Okay.
No, it's to keep the house.
Yeah.
And like, because family home at the end of the day, we all grew up there. My 2 younger siblings came after myself and my older sister. So we all grew up there along with my dad there. So we all lived on the same road, had fantastic neighbours, and you couldn't doubt him for 1 minute. And with that, then they just said, "Look, we have to have the house back. It's a 3-bedroom house. We don't leave it to one person." So
now you delayed it a little, but was it March you gave it
I
back?
delayed it, get it back on the 7th of March.
7th March.
Yeah.
You handed back the key.
Hand back the key, both the front door and back door, and with that, then
Right.
put in.
Where were you then at that point?
At that, then, friend, I was sharing between my sisters and my brothers, who have their own houses. And with that, then, I'm still sofa surfing between the two of them.
You're still doing that?
Still doing that, yeah.
Right, so you don't have a place of your own.
I don't have a place of my own, and it's very hard to get a place.
And because you gave back the key, did the council say, well, look, you gave us back the key of a house, we'll probably put a family in there, here's an option for you?
They gave me the forms, filled them out. Friend, I filled them out 3 times in 2018. Heard nothing back. Got people onto it. They said, "Oh, the forms got missing." So I've been in there at the council saying, "Look, where's the forms?" That's, "Oh, we don't know. We haven't got your file." So in April of this year again, I went in and I said, "This is it now." I said, I said, everything that I'm signing up with these, I said, to be photocopied and handed back to me. I said, so I know that you've a record of it.
Right.
Which they did, because I was very persistent in doing it.
And that paperwork, Thomas, that's like application, is
Yes.
it? Yeah, okay.
Friend, it's like asking for everything, bar the colour of what you'd call your diary here. I was, for another term, using it.
Right. They wanted all the...
Yeah, and they got all the information. They got the birth cert, they got the passport photos, they got how much I was earning. Now money earning on the minimum wage. That's all I'm on. I'm working with a company here in Clonmel and have been for 2 years, but as I said, it is only a minimum wage job, so there's not many houses out there that look for it.
Right, so they were so desperate to get the house back, I presume they wanted to be occupied straight away.
So did I, but that's not the case. As I said, I have family still living up in the area that we grew up in, that's in Clarkville, and the grandmother, and I pass up in the house nearly 2-3 times a day, because it's an easy way to, or 2-3 times a week, I should say, because it's an easy way to get from work to home.
Right. So it's a shortcut.
Yeah, it's a shortcut, basically, and I pass it.
So there's nobody in the house?
There's no one there, no.
So how long are we talking about now? Is it unoccupied?
We're now talking since March of 2018, we're now...
Year and a half, is it?
We're talking about a year and a half, basically, about this.
With nobody there?
And nobody there at all.
Now, that seems illogical, because at least if you stayed there, you'd be paying the rent, and you'd be upkeeping the house.
Upkeeping the house, and at the same time then, the council will be getting revenue as well. So it's not something that's dead rent, as I call it. Some they're getting money out of it, but it's not.
Right.
There's that area itself in Clarkville, there's 46 houses. There's 3 of those vacant, and 3 Mark Council houses, and I know that for a fact.
And they're not falling down houses or anything,
No,
are they?
they're not falling down at all.
Right. With your own house, could somebody walk in the door and live there?
Probably not, friend. Probably have a little bit of work to do.
Right.
Like, no, a bit of paint job and all that. Probably, but because my mum got tired, mum got sick, yourself, things. But it was livable. It was just a little bit of paintwork had to be done to it, and it'd been grand.
And even at that, has the council begun work on it?
As far as I know, they haven't. They've cleared it out, all right, because there was a few things to be cleared out. Like, yourself, with any house there, they'd have to bring it down to the standards of what needs to be met by council. But other than that, like, they haven't. There's been nothing done. They went down, cleared out, and that was it.
And you're still surfing, as you put it, which is the new term for that, between your
still
siblings.
Still surfing there between the brothers and sisters.
Right. You're a single man. You're working.
I'm working, yeah.
But as you say, it's minimum wage.
Minimum wage it is.
What's for the future for you then? I mean, what?
At present, fan, I'm still just hoping to get a place. Now, I said I have been approved for the housing assistance payment, which is the HAP scheme.
HAP scheme, yeah.
Which, in all fairness, no one in the country wants to touch.
Right.
All right, if you get a 1-bedroom place in Clonmel or Care or wherever it is, they give you €380 towards that. Or if you're sharing, you get 210.
Right.
So, like, it'll help a bit, no problem. Don't get me wrong, I would be able to afford it with that. But, like, really, if you look at it, the council made me homeless without telling me. In fact, so really, coming at this now, I should be housed by the council. And as I said to you there off air, there is a number of places in Clonmel that are still vacant. And one over there.
That would be suitable.
That would be suitable, yeah. And there's one over there near my brother's house where I'm surfing that's been idle for the last 12 months.
Right.
It has been old enough.
Is that a council property?
It's a council property, yeah. And it has been done up, and I've been talking to people there because I know a lot of people over the Old Bridge area.
Right.
And they said, yeah.
So it's a council property, it has been done up, it's all set to go, but there's nobody in it.
There's nobody in it. No. Just like the other houses, friend, I said in Clarkville, all ready to go, or maybe just spend a couple of grand on it and grand.
You see, it doesn't make sense, that...
But friend, in all fairness, any time that the houses are left vacant, they never make sense because there's not people in them
Yeah.
they could be up to 2 years.
Now, it's bad enough for most people to get housing, as we know, because we keep hearing about that.
Yeah.
But for somebody who's single, it appears to be that you're way down the line.
Yeah,
Is that
I'm
fair
way down the
to
line.
say?
I'm way down the line, and now I'm on waiting for the council to give me a house. But at the same time, I'm still sofa surfing. And I said to you, getting a house and getting a landlord to try and take the HAP scheme, it's very hard.
When we first met, you were involved in mental health, in terms of highlighting mental health issues and all
Yeah.
of that. As it turns out, the irony of it is that you had mental health issues yourself because of the situation.
I had friend because of the situation there.
How bad did that get?
It went to nearly self-harm at times. Done it twice. I went down to the river twice, and both times
You were going to take your own
I
life?
was going to take my own life. Yeah, I was literally going to take my own life, and being diagnosed with now I wouldn't say a mad form of depression, but a mild form of depression, where I was on tablets and all that. And thank God, with the friends that I have, and I have good friends in Dublin that help me out as well, that I could talk to and all that. And same down here, I don't blame going through the system because I wasn't bad enough, but at the same time, I knew I was gone to a dark place. And with the dark place that I was in, I needed the help. So I spoke to different people, spoke to my work counsellor, because the job I'm in does offer counselling and all that, and I was able to use the helpline as well that they have. So I see myself in a dark place, and with that, I often do still think, friend, about, am I worth it to be taken in Clonmel? Do people want me here? What's the thing? I still often do have the thinking of it, but at the same time, then I looked at the family. I looked at my niece and my nephews. There I have them to look after. What happens if something happened to their parents? What happened to them? So I'm kind of starting to come around to thinking, okay, I was in a dark place, but I'm going to have to find my way out of it. A lot of other people won't be able to do that, friend.
And indeed they wouldn't, and you're lucky to have the kind of friends that you have. But I'm just wondering, was that a mixture of grief and the situation that you're in? And,
mixture
all of those things.
I say it was, friend. Mixture of grief, mixture of different ideas, and then probably saying, like, is it like that? Am I wanted? Do I feel loved and all that? And another thing as well, you probably are aware that I am openly a member of the LGBT community. So you know yourself, but the LGBT community comes that bit of thing as well, saying like, okay, what's going to happen next? Do I want to take my own life? I said, thought about it twice, and the second time I had tablets with me as well in my bag, because I always carry a little bag, as you probably see there yourself, throw my mobile phone and all that into. So I had tablets in it. So I was going to do tablets, and on the same time I was going to say, that's it.
It's a very dark place to be.
Fine, that's the darkest place I've ever been. 36 years of age, and down through the years I've been in some dark places, but that's the darkest I have ever been.
Are you coming out of that now?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm coming out of it. I'm back doing stuff that I love doing. Back helping out with different committees and get myself back out there again, and starting to really kind of cooperate where I want, because I give up a lot after last year. After know yourself, give up a lot because it seems like going into dark place. And I said, what am I doing this for? And then I got talking to people. I said I have good friends in Dublin that are qualified in the area of suicide, and I've been talking to people down here. I've been over to Seesaw and talked to people in Seesaw as well, and I must say they've been a great help. Talking to the lads that I know from River Shore Suicide Patrol and Taxi Watch, and they've all been, I know now, I may only talk to them on Facebook face to face, but they've always asked me, Thomas, how are you keeping and all that. I know at times I do put up dark status, which you probably know yourself from Facebook. As I said, like, that's my little way of dealing with things. People ask you, alright, and I go, yeah, that's my deal with it. Another way of dealing with myself was writing poetry. I got into writing big poetry a lot, and some of it dark, some of it nice, some of it just maybe me, but that's helped me as well down through the years. So with that, it's been
I'm
been
delighted
tough.
for you, but of course, for some form of roots and for a quality of life and stuff, you need your own place.
You do, man. Yeah, you do need somewhere to say, look, this is my place. Because at the end of the day, I know you're sofa surfing between the brothers and all that, but it's not like saying, do you want to come over to my house for a cup of tea?
Yeah.
It's alright, you can still say it.
Of course,
but
yes.
But it's not like saying, you're not, at the end of the day, it's belonged to your brother, your sister, whatever the case may be, for people out there, as well as myself, it's not your own.
Thomas, it's good to talk to you, and for the future, we wish you the very best.
Thanks
Thanks
very much,
for coming.
much appreciated.
Thank you.